This sprint I'm working on the budget activity. So first I create a use case diagram to illustrate how the user will interact with this activity. They're going to want to view their overall budget, edit that budget, and then also do both those things for their used budget. They'll also want to do all those activities for an itemized list of things like the cake or dress that they want to specifically set aside a certain amount of budget for as well. The sequence diagram shows you kind of the way things are going to work behind the scenes. The view will obviously show the data that's stored to the user. They'll be able to click either a button or a list view item, and then the activity will launch an update dialog, which will be a fragment. Once the user enters their data into that fragment, which will be an update to the other information, it'll send that information back to the activity, which will store the information and then update the view. So the class design for this is going to involve an observer pattern for passing around that data. So the update dialog, which is a dialog fragment, is going to define a budget update listener interface, which the budget activity is then going to implement right here. The only part of the pattern that you don't see in the class diagram is the notify observer method you usually see. And that's because it'll be implemented as an anonymous class attached as a button listener. The only other interesting thing is that we're going to use a custom list view adapter because we're going to be showing custom objects to account for these itemized pieces that the user is going to want to view. So to show you an example of what this looks like so far, you click on the budget. This is going to be the custom list view adapter showing you all of your itemized options, and then down here you have your overall budget and what you've used so far. So I can click update budget and it pulls up this dialog fragment. Let's say I want to spend $15,000 now and I've also used 5. So I'm going to click update, and then when I go back to my main activity, that information is updated here for me. So that's what's going on so far with the budget activity.